The Trump campaign saying it's been hacked by what it is calling foreign sources who are trying to interfere in the 2024 election. I'm joined now by CNN contributor Lulu Garcia-Navarro and CNN political commentator S.E. Cupp. It's great to see both of you here on the Saturday afternoon. S.E., let's start first with you. There are shades of 2016 to this, as our reporter Jeremy Herb was just kind of laying out. And we have known that foreign actors want to interfere in the U.S. election.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge problem. It's not a problem that we're unprepared for, but it's good to be a constant reminder that hacking, disinformation, this is a big part, especially by foreign entities. This is a big part of why, as voters, we need to be really educated, diligent, vigilant, all the things, because so much information is flying at us from so many different places, especially on social media. It's hard to know what's real. It's hard to know what's faked and now fake. And now with these leaks, we're, potentially getting access to things that we're not supposed to see. Any campaign would be very upset to learn that their sort of, their secret weapon, the plans that they have are being shared potentially with the press and then potentially with voters.
Right. And it still remains to be seen. It's very early in all of this, what was in this hack, what are in these documents. Lulu, former President Trump famously asked Russia in 2016, Russia, if you're listening, find Hillary Clinton's emails. Now the Trump campaign has been hacked. If you're the Trump campaign, how serious of an issue is this? How concerning is this?
I mean, it's hugely concerning, not only for the Trump campaign, but for any American. I mean, this, if indeed it is a foreign government trying to interfere in our election, we should all be concerned about that. I think Politico at this point has been very judicious in reporting about getting these documents, but so far not distributing them and telling law enforcement about this so they can investigate it. I mean, the Trump campaign is trying to spin this, saying that this is potentially Iran trying to attack the former president's campaign because of his own actions. We don't know really who is behind this yet. We do know that America has many enemies. We do know that there are many countries in the world that want to interfere in America's elections: China, Russia, North Korea. I mean, the list is very, very lengthy. And we all, as S.E. was saying, need to be very vigilant.
Yeah, and we will certainly be following the story as we get more information. It is truly a breaking story at this point, with new information coming as the minutes and hours go by. I want to talk, S.E., a little bit about this campaign and the strategies on both sides in particular. We saw the former president holding that news conference this week and then this rally last night. He's really been going after Harris, questioning her blackness, questioning her intelligence. I want to play a clip and then ask you a question on the other side.
Kamala is grossly incompetent and, in my opinion, has a very low IQ. But we'll find out about her IQ during the debate. Okay, let's find out about her IQ.
So, S.E., both of these campaigns want to grow their coalition. That is how you win a race. More voters vote for you than the other person. So I'm curious why the former president thinks that attacking Kamala Harris in this very personal way is going to bring in new voters. Do you think that's a good strategy?
Yeah. No. And listen, I host another show on another network called Battleground. And the point of it is to talk to swing state voters. I talk to them every day, and they don't care to litigate Kamala Harris's race. They don't care about childless cat ladies. They have problems and they want solutions. And if you're Trump and J.D. Vance going into these swing states, the states that will determine this election, talking about Kamala Harris's IQ or, punishing people who don't have children. These are not solving problems that they have. And in fact, a lot of swing state voters, especially women, are turned off by these very personal attacks. So there's a reason why voters in swing states, many of them are uncommitted, undecided. They are waiting for solutions to problems that they have. Trump is not offering that yet. Harris and J.D. Vance, for their part, have not yet laid out their agenda either. So, everyone's kind of waiting for the substance of this election to kick in. Trump seems very sort of scattered with Harris now on the Democratic ticket. And Harris, Vance are obviously just getting in and just getting started. But they also need to tell voters. We're not just a campaign of vibes, right? We're gonna solve some problems. Here's how.
And Lulu, Harris in Arizona, in Nevada yesterday and then today, they are obviously hoping to put these states that maybe were going to be out of reach for Democrats back into play there in the Sun Belt, where the voting blocks can be more diverse. Of course, Latino voters in both of those states play a very key role. Latino voters are not monolith. Of course, they care about independent things and different things. But how impactful do you think yesterday's endorsement from the League of United Latin American Citizens might be to this race in those particular states?
I think it was important. I think the Culinary Union, which actually always leans Democratic, is important. But what happens there is that they end up going door to door. They have very robust get out the vote campaigns. Latinos respond to that. They like to see people face to face. It is a difficult demographic to reach often, but a very important one, vital to this election, especially in those states. And so it is increasingly important. And you're seeing Vice President Harris hone her immigration message. We saw it yesterday in Arizona, where she talked about being tough on the border, but she also talked about a pathway to citizenship. And this is the line that she is going to try and navigate while appealing to people who want to see the southern border locked down, who are concerned about illegal immigration, but also to the base and to Latino voters who want to hear about what you will do to help the people in this country actually become legalized.
And what I keep hearing from both of you and from so many people like yourselves who are experts and analysts that do talk to voters, they want to hear, SE, about solutions. They want to hear, they have problems. They want to hear what somebody might do about them. I know you're telling us you talk to them a lot. I'm just curious, what are they saying to you? What are some of the issues? I mean, we see the polling, it's the economy, and is usually at the top, but what are you hearing from people who are going to make a difference in the fall when they vote?
Yeah, I mean, every state's different. And in fact, inside every state, right? Like Flint, Michigan voters care about different things than Bloomfield Hills voters in Michigan care about. So it's important to be on the ground and ask those questions. But there are overarching themes. Voters care about the economy. They care about the cost of goods. That goes from cars down to groceries. They care about housing prices. We're hearing that as a consistent theme, especially in growth economies like Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina. These are big, big issues for voters. The cost of housing being sort of locked out of buying a new home or a first home is a common theme. We hear a lot about immigration and strengthening the border, strengthening lowering crime, making cities and towns safer. We also hear a lot about abortion. We hear a lot about women's rights, especially since there are now many states in which that is actually on the ballot.
Yeah, it is going to be so interesting to see how this unfolds in just this condensed time frame. Lulu Garcia-Navarro and SE Cupp, my thanks to both of you.